Hey guys, and welcome to day 9 of the Blessed Beginners Challenge. I literally cannot believe it's already day 9. It's been so incredible helping you guys fall in love with yoga, helping you on your journey. I have loved connecting with each and every one of you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the support. Today is a very exciting day because we're putting together a lot of what we've learned all in one flow. It will be the longest flow that we've done together so far. So kind of simulating more of a real life yoga class or practice. And I'm also going to include some Sun Salutation A teaching just so that you can learn the basic sequence of how to do it. So maybe you can do it at home and make up your own flows at home as well. So that will make more sense to you when we start practicing. I'll shut up now and we can get on our mats and get started. So we're going to start out today in a nice, comfortable seated position. As always, if this isn't comfortable for you, feel free to grab a blanket or a pillow and just place it underneath your bum just to elevate the hips a little bit higher to give you space to drop your knees. We'll take our hands onto our knees. Close off your eyes when you're ready. And just take a moment to settle, to come into the present. Really feeling the ground beneath you, grounding down through your sitting bones. And then I just want you to turn your attention towards your hands and your knees, really thinking about that connection between the two. Feeling your hands resting upon your knees and really feeling your knees in your hands. And I know this sounds silly, but just those small connections and those observations can really help us to arrive into the present and to forget about anything else that's happening around us just by grounding into the body. And just taking that time to settle, not forcing anything, just finding that comfortable seat. Every time your chattering mind starts playing up again, as it always does, we've always got something to say in there. Just observing those thoughts and letting them pass just as quickly as they came. We're going to take one hand onto the lower belly, one hand onto the chest. And just start to focus on that breath, really taking deep breaths in, expanding the chest, expanding the rib cage, and expanding through the belly. And as you exhale, softening everything down. Inhale to expand. Exhale, feeling the chest soften and the belly soften as you breathe out. And with every breath in and every breath out, just seeing if you can get a little bit deeper and make the breaths a little bit longer. We're coming into that relaxed state of being now. And before we start moving today through our full practice, it's very exciting. I just want you to set an intention for the practice. I really like intention setting before I go into my yoga practice, just because I feel like it really helps to either manifest things that I'm really building or aiming towards, just any positive energy that you're building in your practice and all that clarity just helps to really, really focus in on your intentions. So even if it's just something to be a little bit kinder to yourself, or even just for the 45 minutes not to beat yourself up in your practice, just setting an intention now, bring it to the forefront of your mind. And then once it's set, gently blinking open the eyes to a soft gaze in front of you. And as you inhale, sweep your hands up overhead. As you exhale, you're going to take your hands back down to your knees And as we breathe in, I want us to puff our chest forwards and pull our shoulders back behind us, almost so we're creating an arch through the back. As you exhale, rounding chin to chest, thinking about the body becoming like a C shape, really letting the shoulder blades press out through the back. As you inhale, coming forwards, chest puffs out, pulling your shoulders back behind you. As you exhale, rounding chin to chest, letting shoulder blades come out your back, almost hanging so much off the knees that if you let go, you'd fall back behind you. So really exaggerating the movement. One more like this. Inhale, coming forward. Maybe you want to look up slightly. And as you exhale, round chin to chest. Now we're going to add some arms in. Inhale, cactus your arms, open your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades back behind you, and really thinking about your elbows coming back behind. As you exhale, we're going to push and round chin to chest, and imagine like you're pushing something really heavy away from you. Let your shoulder blades come out your back, separate from each other. As you inhale, cactus arms squeeze open. As you exhale, push and round chin to chest. One more like that. Inhale, opening up, squeeze. Imagine like you're trying to hold a pencil between your shoulder blades. Really, really squeeze. If you have a little feel, you should feel like they're squeezing together. And as you exhale, pushing round chin to chest. Really pushing away from you. As you inhale, hands up overhead, straight back. And as you exhale, we're going to come forwards into our fold. Hands come down to the floor. Really thinking about the body getting as long as it can be as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, finding a little bit more fold forwards. Now, as I always say, it doesn't matter if you're up here. It doesn't matter if you can't even move from here. I just want you to work with your breath, thinking about extending through the spine, getting longer and taller as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, finding the tiniest bit more hinge forwards over the thighs. 2 more breaths wherever you are. And last one. Walking hands back up towards you. We're going to sweep up overhead. And as you exhale, take your left hand down to the floor. We're going to reach up and over. If you want to let your elbow bend towards you, feel free. Taking that nice side stretch through the right hand side of the body. Keeping the right sitting bones glued to the floor. Don't let it come up and away. And then really thinking about rotating your chest up towards the sky. Take a breath in. Exhale, stretching. One more breath in. And as you inhale, coming up through center. Exhale, right hand down to the floor. Left hand pulls up and over. And if you'd like, you can bend into that right elbow, or you can just take your hand a little bit further away and keep your arms straight. The options are open. Thinking about rotating your chest towards the sky, really getting as long as you can, right from the base of your hip, all the way up your arm to your fingertips. We're active through the whole arm. And then as you inhale, coming up through center, hands by your sides. We're going to gently start to roll our neck, doing a few circles all the way around, just really gently moving through that circle. And once you've done a few one way, just switching, going the other way. And then once your head is back up to center, We're going to come over onto hands and knees. So either rolling over your knees and feet or just taking your feet out behind you. Come into your tabletop position. As you inhale, we're going to come into our cow pose. Shoulders rolled back behind you. And as you exhale, Persian round, chin to chest. Remembering wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. So just adjusting that. Inhale, dropping the belly, lift the chest, shoulders pull back. So imagine doing a shoulder roll back. And as you exhale, Persian round, chin to chest. One more like that. Inhale, lower down, maybe adding a little bit of something funky in. If you want to wiggle your hips side to side, maybe you move forwards or backwards. And then as you exhale, Persian round, chin to chest. Really pull the belly up and in. Look towards your belly button. And then coming to a neutral spine. We're just going to do some circles around. So starting to circle the weight forwards, feeling that little bit of pressure through the wrists, and then rolling back. Inhale, roll forwards, roll over the wrist, just starting to warm them up. Roll back. And then we go the other way to the right. We're going to be on our wrists quite a bit today, so I just want to make sure they're warm before we get into it. Good. And then coming back to your tabletop, making sure wrists are back underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. We're going to kick our left leg back behind us. And as we do that, we'll extend our right arm forwards. Remember, flex toes, strong leg, pull your core up and in. As you inhale, taking your foot and your hand a tiny bit higher. And as you exhale, we're going to tap our elbow to our knee and crunch in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch in. Squeeze your core as you tap them together. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch and tap in. Amazing. Inhale, extend. And then as you exhale, we're going to take our right hand down to the floor. I want you to turn your right toes, so the bottom toes, slightly off your mat behind you. And then as you breathe in, reach your left arm up to the sky. So we're now in our supported side plank. Flex through the lifted toes, squeeze your hips forwards, and really turn your core on. Breathing in, breathing out. As you breathe in, option to bend into your knee, reach behind and grab the outside of your foot. So it's the baby toe side of your foot. Then if you've got your foot, I want you to start kicking back into your hands, open up the chest. Remember to keep squeezing your bum. One more breath in, one more breath out. And then as you inhale, re-extend your leg, left hand up to the sky. And wherever you are, take your toes, the lifted toes, down to the floor. Breathe in, reach your top arm all the way up and over. So we're now one straight line, all the way from our fingertips to our toes. Keep squeezing the hips forwards as much as you can. Try to keep that bottom shoulder out of your ear. Push away, push the floor away. And then from here, we're going to take our left hand down to the floor, roll it down in front of your face, scooch the right toes back behind your knee so it's a straight line again, and keep the left toes tucked on the floor behind you. As you inhale, I want you to rock forwards. As you exhale, you're going to push back and try to send that heel, that back heel, down towards the floor. As you inhale, come forwards. And as you exhale, press back, heel down to the floor. We did this one, I think it was on day 4, lower body day. As you inhale, come forwards. We got one more, press back. And as you inhale, coming back forwards, I just want you to make sure that your wrists are directly underneath your shoulders. Now, this is where it gets fun. As you breathe in, we're going to squeeze our right knee up in towards our chest. Inhale, lift up. Try not to let the hips come up like this, which is what's going to want to happen. Keep your hips low. And as you exhale, drop down. Inhale, squeeze up. Exhale, drop down. One more, we're going to hold and squeeze. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, keep squeezing, hips low. And as you breathe in, we're going to kick our right leg all the way up to the sky, three-legged down dog. And as you exhale, right toes down to the floor, coming into your down dog, bending your knees, chest reaches back. If you want to take some pedals here, remember slow pedals through the legs. And then as you breathe in, come up high onto tiptoes. As you breathe out, take your knees to the floor, big toes together to touch, and press your hips back towards your heels. And just gently rocking from side to side. Let your elbows touch down, forearms down. And just resetting here. When you feel ready, starting to lift back up, hands and knees tabletop position. We're coming to the other side. So we're going to extend our right leg back behind us, left hand forwards, pull your core up and in. As you breathe in, lifting your hand a little higher, foot a little higher. And as you exhale, squeezing your elbow to your knee. Doesn't matter if you can't get there, just really trying to squeeze your abs. As you inhale, extend. Exhale, squeeze and tap. Inhale to extend. Exhale, squeeze and tap in. Now we're extending the left hand forwards, right leg back. Left hand comes down to the floor, and we're going to turn our left toes slightly off of our mat, away from us. Starting to open up the right hip. Right hand reaches up towards the sky. Just trying to make sure that our left bottom wrist is stacked underneath our shoulder. If you want, you can look up to the top hand, making sure the lifted toes are flexed and the extending leg is strong. Now, option to either stay here, or if you'd like to, you can bend into your top leg, reach around, grab the baby toe side of your foot, starting to kick into your hand, open up through the chest, really big heart opener, squeeze your hips forwards, one more breath, and then extending your leg out long again, hand to the sky, and then taking a big reach overhead, toes down to the floor, squeeze your hips and get one long straight line from your fingertips to your toes. One more breath here. And then making a big circle in front of your face, right hand comes down to the floor. We're going to turn our left toes back behind us. And then if this right foot is a bit higgledy-piggledy, just take it back in line with the hip. So your right leg is extended and your toes are tucked under. As you inhale, rocking forwards. As you exhale, pressing back. Really try and send that back heel down for your calf stretch. Inhale, rock forwards. Exhale, pressing back. One more. Inhale, rock forwards. Exhale, press back to the floor. Really nice calf stretch. Now this is where it gets fun. As you inhale, you rock forwards. Make sure your wrists are underneath your shoulders. And then as you breathe in, I want you to lift that left knee in towards your chest. As you exhale, drop it back down. Again, inhale to lift. Don't let your hips come up high. Exhale, lower down. Last one, stay with me. This is day 9. It has to be a bit harder. We inhale, lift and squeeze. Take a breath out. And then as you inhale, extend your left leg up towards the sky. Press your chest back. And then take your left toes down towards the floor. Take your knees down towards the floor. And take that child's pose. Untuck your toes. Head to the floor. I like to take my arms behind my back so that my shoulders can really drop down towards my ears. And I feel like I'm in this really safe little cocoon. When you're ready, slowly, slowly lifting back up. We're going to walk hands out in front of us, and I want us to all meet in our downward facing dog. Tuck your toes under, lift your hips up high, bent knees, press your chest back towards your thighs. Maybe you want to try and straighten the legs a little bit more today. And then taking your gaze forwards, taking a big step forwards with the right toes, left toes to the top of the mat. And as you inhale, slowly roll up, sweep up. And as you exhale, taking hands down to heart center. So I now want to introduce you to something that we've actually done quite a few times already, but it's called a Sun Salutation A. And it's a little sequence that we do often in yoga, and a lot of types of yoga do it several times at the beginning of a practice to warm the body up, rather. I personally don't teach in that way, but I include a lot of sun salutations in my practice. And as well, I think it's a great little sequence that you can learn so that when you're at home, you can build your own flows around it. So, Sun Salutation A, we're going to inhale, sweep our hands up overhead. As you exhale, you fold forward. Hands can come through heart center. Folding down, relax the head, relax the neck. Knees can be bent. As you inhale, you halfway lift. So taking hands onto the shins, either straight legs or bent legs, and we try to create that flat back, thinking about someone pulling you forwards from your head and back from your sitting bones. As you exhale, taking hands down to the mat, we step back into our high plank upper push-up. Now, modification here, the first one we'll do, we'll drop our knees. As we inhale, rock slightly forwards, keep your core engaged. And as you exhale, keeping elbows wrapped in like we did on upper body day, and take your chest and belly all the way down to the floor. It's like a tricep push-up movement. As you inhale, untuck the toes and lift the chest, peeling up. Shoulders stay down your back, squeeze your bum for cobra. As you exhale, you retuck the toes, lift the hips up high, and press up and back to your downward facing dog. Holding for 3 breaths in and out. In. Big breath out. One more inhale. And then looking forwards. Right foot steps forward. Left toe step forward. We're back in our fold. And as you inhale, sweeping hands all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. And that is your Sun Salutation A. Very, very simple. We took a few modifications in the middle. So now the second one we're going to do, I'm going to show you the full Sun Salutation A, the full version of it. And you can see if it's something that maybe you can work up towards in your practice. As we inhale, sweeping up. Exhale, big dive forwards, folding down. Inhale, find that halfway lift. Exhale, hands come down to the floor, stepping back into high plank, upper push-up. Now, just watching me for a second, the unmodified version looks like this. We inhale, rock forwards. Exhale, lower down halfway Elbows stay close to your body. As you inhale, lift the chest, push up into your hands, untuck the toes. This is your upward facing dog. So you're pressing the tops of your feet into the mat. So your legs are engaged, quads are engaged, chest is lifted, slight look up. And as you exhale, retuck the toes, lift your hips all the way up and back. And that is your full variation. Looking forward, stepping forward, this time left toes, right toes. As you inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, folding down. And as you inhale, take a big sweep up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So I would much prefer, if you don't feel strong enough yet or you can't keep your core engaged in that half push-up, it's a really strong movement, then just take the modified version. Take your knees down as you come down halfway. There's nothing wrong with doing that. So we're going to do one more before we flow into the rest of our sequence. So taking whatever version you want here. We inhale, sweep up, feet are hip distance. As you exhale, folding down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, hands come back, stepping back into your plank. Now, either dropping knees and lowering all the way to the floor, or keeping knees lifted, we lower down halfway. Inhale, up dog or cobra. So either peeling your chest up or pressing into the tops of the feet, lifting the chest. As you exhale, retuck the toes wherever you are. Press your hips up and back for down dog. Really nice. As you breathe in, we're going to take our left leg all the way up to the sky, three-legged down dog. Looking forwards, take a big step in between your hands, drop the back knee down, untuck the back toes. As you inhale, sweeping up. As you exhale, we're going to twist open to the left. So right hand forwards, left arm back, open the chest. As you inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, twist open to the right, left hand forwards, right arm back. Inhale up to center. And as you exhale, we're going to interlace our fingers behind our back, squeeze our shoulder blades together. And then as you exhale, you're going to start to lean forwards, left shoulder down to your thigh, and pull your fist away from your back. Try to relax the head and neck. We'll take one more breath. And then as you inhale, release, sweep up, and it should feel like a really nice, floaty, light feeling. As you exhale, hands come down, frame your front foot. We're going to start to send our hips back for our half splits, taking your toes up towards your face. As always, feel free to wiggle your foot forwards. And then as you inhale, whether your leg is straight or bent, I want you to focus on lifting the chest and straightening through your back. As you exhale, folding a little bit further down. Inhale to extend through your back. Exhale, folding a little bit deeper. We got one more breath in. Ungrit your teeth if you're gritting them together. I know this one isn't the best. It's not the nicest feeling. And then crawling your fingers forwards, bend into that front knee. We're going to plant our hands down, tuck our back toes, lift our back knee, and step our left toes back. So we're in our plank. Hold for a second. And out. And then as you inhale, sending your hips up high, chest presses back, we go straight to the other leg. So inhaling your right leg up to the sky. As you exhale, look forwards, big step forwards between the hands. Taking the back knee down, untuck your back toes, and feel free to give that foot a bit of a shuffle if it didn't get there. As you breathe in, squeeze your bum, extend your arms up towards the sky. As you breathe out, we're twisting to the right this time. So chest to the right, right arm back, left hand forwards. Twist towards your bent knee. As you inhale up, as you exhale, twisting away from your bent knee, and try not to let this left hip rotate out. Keep it pressing forwards, just the torso moves. As you inhale up, lift up. As you exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, try to pull your fist away from your back, and as you exhale, starting to fold forwards, pulling your arms away from your back. Again, relax the head and neck. One more breath in and out. And as you inhale, release, sweep up. Oh, nice floaty feeling. Exhale, hands come to the floor. Frame your front foot, starting to send your hips back, wiggling the front heel forwards if it needs to. And then as you breathe in, extending through your back, always option to bend into that front knee. And as you exhale, gently folding forwards. The way that it's easy to tell if you need to bend your front knee is if you really feel with your legs straight, like you're rounding and arching through your back a lot, then bend the front knee. You can still feel it. My leg's shaking right here. One more breath. Good. And then bending into the front knee, hands come down, frame your front foot. We're going to tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and step our right foot back, holding your plank. One breath. And then as you inhale, hips up high, press your chest back. Taking a breath here. And out. Looking forward. Let's lead with the left toes this time. Big step forward, left toes, right toes. And then as you inhale, slowly, slowly rolling up, sweeping up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And I just want you to close your eyes off here for a second. Maybe taking some little rocks forwards and back, side to side. And just reconnect with your body. If your mind's wandering now, coming back into your heart space, back into your body. And then when you feel ready, we'll gently blink open the eyes. Inhale, hands lift up to the sky. And as you exhale, taking hands through heart center, take a nice soft bend through the knees, hands come down to the floor. As you inhale, you're going to sweep the floor with your fingertips and sit back into your chair pose. Tailbone tucked under, weight into your heels. Make sure that you can see your toes over your knees. Take a breath in here. Exhale, sit lower, low as you can go. As you inhale, I want you to stand up tall and lift your right knee up in towards your chest. We're in our one-legged standing pose. As you exhale, we're going to kick our leg back behind us like we did yesterday and balance. Chest forwards, holding your warrior three. If that standing leg needs a little bit of softness, feel free. Hands float by your sides like Superman. And then as you breathe in, I want you to take the biggest step back you can possibly take and sweep your arms up to the sky. Crescent lunge. If you didn't quite get there and you landed a bit funny, just coming and meeting us in our high lunge, reaching up high. Breathing in, breathing out. And then as you exhale, opening up into your warrior two, swivel the back heel, Make sure your front heel is in line with the back arch of your foot. Front knee is over your ankle, and our arms are in our T shape, looking over the front middle finger. As you inhale, reach forward, flip the front palm, backhand rest on your thigh, reverse your warrior. Don't lose that bend in the front knee. As you exhale, taking your forearm down to your thigh, we're going to reach our right arm up and over, squeezing your hips. Now, this is actually quite similar to our modified side plank we did at the beginning, where we had to make that strong line from our fingertips all the way to the outside edge of the foot. Take a breath in, take a breath out. We're going to do one big circle. Inhale over your face, all the way down as low to the floor as you can go, up and over, and inhale, re-reach. Trying not to dump into this left bottom shoulder, stay up and out of your ear. Now, as you exhale, we're going to take our right hand down to the floor, left hand comes down, swivel high up on the back toes, and heel toe your left foot to the outside edge of your mat. We're now in our lizard pose. As you breathe in, rocking forwards, really thinking about sending your hips down low. And as you breathe out, rock back. Inhale forwards, exhale back. One more breath, keep the chest lifted, try not to get all dumped in towards the chest. Exhale, press back, drop the back knee down, hips come back, and we're going to swipe that left leg all the way out and around, knee towards our other knee, and then press our hips back for a closed knee child's pose. Take a moment here to reset. Slowly re-lifting. We're going to tuck our back toes, lift our knees, come up into downward facing dog, and then looking forwards. I want us to do a little bit of something fun today. Instead of stepping forwards, we're going to see if we can take a big bunny hop towards our hands. So you don't have to get high with your feet, just a big hop and jump forwards. So I'll do it again. Looking forwards, big bunny hop, jump forwards. Really nice. As you inhale, sweep up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're doing good. Stay with me. This is amazing. I'm feeling good. Okay. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, big dive forwards, folding down. Inhale, we're sitting back into our chair pose, hands sweep the floor. Breathing in. As you exhale, sit as low as you can, weight into your heels. And as you inhale, standing tall, left knee lifts towards your chest. Take a breath. Find your balance. Stare at a spot in front of you that's still. And as you exhale, kicking your leg back behind you, hands flow out like Superman, like a cape. And then leaning the chest forwards, bending into the right knee if you need to. Keep the left hip low. As you breathe in, massive step back, hands reach up towards the sky. Again, if you didn't quite make it, feel free to have a little shuffle. Breathing in, breathing out. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, warrior two, swivel open. Now, I definitely need to do some adjusting with my feet. So just making sure the arch of the back foot is in line with the heel of the front foot. Pressing your knee to the baby toe side of your foot. It always wants to cave in. Okay, arms reach forwards. Flip the front palm. Backhand rests on your thigh. Reverse your warrior, holding here. Trying not to puff out the ribs. Keep the ribs in, core engaged. reach back. Find that stretch through the right side of the body and don't lose your bend in the front knee. As you exhale, forearm to thigh, left hand reaches up and over. Keep rotating your chest towards the sky. One strong straight line. Holding here. And then we're going to take a big circle all the way in front of our face. Get as low as you can. This forces us to bend into our front knee a little bit more. Big reach up and over. Holding here. And then as you exhale, left hand down to the floor. Let your right hand come down. Swivel high up on the back toes. You might even have to hop it out slightly. And heel toe your right foot to the right edge of your mat. So our palms are inside our foot. 3 rocks, that's all we've got. We inhale, rock forwards. Exhale, press back. Find that stretch through the left hip. Let the hip sink low. Inhale, rock forwards. If your front knee is way over your front ankle, take a big step forwards. One more. Inhale, rock forwards. Exhale, press back. And then taking your knee down, big circle out with the right toes all the way around, knee to knee, and we press back into our child's pose. Give your hips a wiggle from side to side and really reconnect with the breath. Okay, we're going to slowly walk our hands back up towards us. Take our toes out to the side and sit down onto our sitting bones and let our feet come out in front of us. Give your legs a really nice shake, a good wiggle. Flexing your feet. We're going to sit up as tall as we can. Remember, you can always pull the fleshy parts of your bum back. Sitting up tall, rotating forwards in the hips. Take a breath in, sweep up. And as you exhale, gently folding forwards, hands onto your feet or onto the floor by your sides. Really thinking about pulling the lower belly up and in. So you're really sucking the belly in, which is going to take you a little bit further into your fold. Any kind of feelings in your lower back, please feel free to bend into your knees like so. Breathing in, breathing out. If you've got your feet, maybe thinking about pulling your elbows out towards the side to further your fold. We take one more breath in, one more breath out, and then gently cooling yourself back up towards you. We're going to take our feet to the floor and press our hips a little bit closer towards our heel so we've got some space at the back of the mat. I want you to take your hands underneath the knees. I'm sure you know where you're going now. We're going to lift the chest, core turns on, and slowly start to rock back, lifting the toes. Keep the chest lifted. Keep breathing. Option to keep your hands onto your knees, or if you want to, hands float by your sides. Breathing in, breathing out. If your toes are low like this, seeing if you can take them in line with your knees, almost like you're trying to hold something on your shins. One more breath in and out, and then taking your toes to the floor. Keep that lean back, and we're going to roll all the way down onto our backs. Take your arms up overhead, big stretch. And then as you exhale, take your knees in towards your chest, squeeze them in. Little rocks from side to side, just massaging the lower back area. Now taking your feet back to the floor, knees facing up towards the sky. Let me shuffle down a bit. Hands by your sides. Try and walk your heels in a little bit closer, almost so you can tickle the backs of your heels. And then just take a little look up and check that your thighs are hip distance apart. If they are, we're ready for our bridge pose. We can inhale, lift and squeeze the hips up high, squeezing, turning on the glutes. You can even check to see that they're engaged. Tell them not to switch off. Making sure your tailbone's slightly tucked under so we're not like this, big round through the lower back. Tailbone tucked, really squeeze and lift. One more breath in. And as you exhale, as slow as you can, rolling all the way down onto your back. Let your hips and lower back come down to the floor. As you inhale, right leg's going to lift up towards the sky. I want you to take your hands behind that right leg. Inhale, thinking about straightening into your leg. And as you exhale, pulling a little bit closer. Inhale to extend. Exhale, pulling a little bit closer. Maybe you start to feel the shake through your leg. I certainly do. My toes are vibrating. I can see them. And then as you inhale, think about the straightening. And as you exhale, pulling towards you. Don't overdo it here. Just be kind. Take one more breath, holding at your limit. And then gently taking your leg away from you. I want you to hook your right ankle over the left knee and let your right knee press away from you. We're going to reach our hands through the gap. So one hand through the center gap, left hand hooks around. We grab the back of the thigh, both feet flexed. And then starting to pull your thigh in towards you. Take a breath in. As you exhale, pull towards you. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale, pull in towards you. And then gently releasing, take your left foot back to the floor. We're going to heel toe our left foot out towards the left. So keep walking it out towards the left. And when it feels far enough, see if you can drop your knees over to the right. Really thinking about letting the knees hang heavy, pressing down towards the mat. Taking one more breath in, big breath out, and then unhook that top foot and gently come back up to center. Really take your time to get there. Repress your lower back into the floor. Maybe wiggle side to side. And then we'll switch sides. So inhale, left leg up to the sky. Reach the back of the left thigh. Doesn't matter how bent your leg is, just working with what you've got. As you breathe in, you're thinking about straightening. And as you breathe out, pull your leg a bit closer towards you. Inhale to straighten. Exhale to pull towards you. One more breath. Find the limit, but don't go past it. We breathe in, breathe out, pulling in, holding for a breath. Amazing. Gently releasing away from you. Hook the left ankle on top of the right knee. We reach through, grab around the back of the right thigh. Both feet flex. Press that left knee back. And then as you breathe out, try to pull your right thigh towards you. Inhale. Exhale, pulling in. Breathe in. Exhale, pull in. One more breath in. And exhale, draw towards you. Gently releasing, take your right foot back to the floor, and then we heel toe our right foot out towards the right, so it's coming off the mat, and then let our knees fall over towards the left. Really letting the knees rest heavy down, stretching through the top of that right leg. Hands rest by your sides. Take one more breath here. And then gently unhook. Really be careful with this unhooking. Take your knees back up and heel toe all the way back into center. Recenter the lower back. Knees in towards your chest. Give them a good squeeze in. And then just to finish, we're going to take our arms out to a T shape. Let our knees fall all the way over to the left. And look over the right shoulder if it feels comfortable. Just finishing on a really nice restorative twist. Really trying to relax the right shoulder down. Relaxing your knees down on the left. And then as you breathe in, come back up to center. Over to the other side, knees to the right. Look over the left shoulder if you'd like to. And really just softening that left shoulder down to the ground. Knees relax down. Taking one more breath here. Inhale, expand through the side of the ribs. Exhale to soften. And as you breathe in, come back up to center. Squeeze your knees in towards your chest. And then as you exhale, let your legs come all the way out long in front of you. Give them a good shake. Hands to the floor by your sides, closing off the eyes. And really just release any kind of control, any kind of hold over the body, over the breath, even over the mind. Just really making that conscious effort to surrender into the moment. For most of us, this is often the most difficult part of our practice, just staying still in our own energy, in our own company. So although you might have the biggest urge in the world to turn me off, just stay with it. Just take this couple of minutes in your day just to be soft, to be calm, and to be present. And when you feel ready, just starting to breathe back into your belly space. Gently start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Take a big stretch overhead, get really long and tall. And then gently rolling over onto one side and just pause there for a second. Keeping eyes closed, use your hands to lift you up to a nice tall seat, just a comfortable sitting position. Reclosing the eyes if you use them to help you lift up. And as you breathe in, sweep your arms up overhead, palms together to touch. As you exhale, take your thumbs in between the space in your eyebrows. Press into that space as you thank yourself, you thank your body for coming to practice today. for creating space, for creating light and love in the body. Taking hands down to heart center. Press into your heart space and remind yourself of that intention you set at the beginning of your practice. And just pressing all that energy, that good energy and clear energy that you've manifested during your practice into that intention now. And then gently bowing into the head, bowing the chest. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much, guys, for coming to practice with me on day 9 of this challenge. I can't believe we only have one day left. I know it was a bit challenging today, but you should honestly feel so proud of yourself for doing it today. It's only been 9 days, especially if you only started yoga on day 1. So to achieve what you achieved today is just honestly incredible. Even if you didn't get it all or you had to stop a couple times, it does not matter. As I always say, do not beat yourself up about it. This is new to you. You're moving your body in a new way. So it's absolutely incredible what you have achieved. Please let me know in the comment section below which day has been your favorite so far. We've only got one more day together, but you can always go back and try your favorite videos again. And hopefully I'll see you here soon, very soon, for day 10 of the Blessed Beginners Challenge. Mwah.